Coming to you from the Detroit Regional Chamber Mackinac Policy Conference and taped at beautiful Grand Hotel. This is Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Paul W. Smith. Nice to have you along with us, and certainly nice to have our Senate Majority Leader, Monroe's own, Randy Richardville. I have to say that, Monroe's own.
I like it. I like
Randy
hearing it.
Richardville.
And I can say the same thing about you, Monroe's own Paul W. Smith.
We're a couple of
I'm
proud
learning
kids.
from you.
We're a couple of proud kids from Monroe.
Well, why shouldn't we be?
Yeah.
It's a great town.
It's a great town, and more good things are happening there. Great things are happening in the great state of Michigan as well. It's been an unbelievable first few months.
Yeah.
Maybe just a little review would be a good idea, if you don't mind.
Oh, not at all. I mean, the governor and I started meeting last August, right after the primary, when it seemed apparent that he was going to be the next governor and I'd probably be the next majority leader. We started working then on plans for how we were going to reinvent Michigan. And none of it's easy. I think that's the one point I'd like to stress is he rolled out a budget February 17th, which was pretty bold, along with a tax reform plan that totally changed the tax structure of the state of Michigan. It was probably mismessaged quite a bit, and we sent people home at the end of June so that in July and August they can reconnect with their constituents and tell them a little bit more about what actually happened. And if I could start with the tax reform plan, we took what was a $2.2 billion tax on business in Michigan, and we reduced that to about $800 million. A savings for businesses of about $1.4 million. Now that sounds good by itself, but where some people have misled the voting public,
$1.4 billion.
That's with a B. About 2/3 of the business taxes were cut. And the messaging that went out was, well, you know what, that's because they're giving big business all these breaks. Not true. Actually, if you look at the plan, about 91,000 businesses in Michigan are small businesses, those with 100 employees or less. They're the limited liability corporations, the mom and pops, the tool and die kind of companies. Mm-hmm. And that's who we gave the breaks to, because we understand that if we're going to revitalize this economy, it's going to have to be with the smaller companies who provide, by the way, about 80% of the jobs in Michigan. These are companies with 100 employees or less. So it's targeted tax relief for businesses so they'll expand in Michigan. And again, that's been mismessaged a little bit.
Well, it has been. I'm not even going to repeat the mismessage because we've said it till we're blue in the face. And what matters is we have that budget in hand. We have things going on. We have the Senate tax reform plan. You guys have done a tremendous job. It's not been easy, and we're not done. There's much more to do.
Yeah, this fall we're going to be tackling some really tough issues, things like personal property taxes, which are also high. The tax structure plan that I talked about a little before took us from 30th in the country, as far as business taxes go, to 16th. And so that's a sizable step, but we're not done. I think the part that's real important about that is that it puts us ahead of Ohio, it puts us ahead of Illinois, it puts us ahead of Wisconsin. We're not quite beating Indiana yet, but we're creating an environment where businesses want to grow, both internal to Michigan and from the outside. We're doing some things responsibly with our balance sheet. And I don't know when the last time you heard the government talk about balance sheets, but it's been a while.
It's been a long while.
But we're talking to folks on Wall Street. We want our AAA rating back, the state of Michigan. We paid back some of our unfunded liabilities, mostly in terms of long-term pensions. We've got a savings account for the first time in years. We have $250 million set aside for a rainy day. So we're just as any kind of normal family would look and say, hey, we've got to revise the way we're spending because we're in the red. We've changed those things. We paid off some of our credit card debt, and now we've got a savings account.
Oh, good. I know that this is airing after the fact, but you're doing what you've always done with Joe Bellino at our old alma mater at what used to be Monroe Catholic Central, now St. Mary's Catholic Central in Monroe. You're going to have the seniors over, and you're going to have a nice little pep talk with them. Oh,
yeah, it's fun because we kind of have the senior graduating class together for senior breakfast. We talk about their futures a little bit. We have them fill out a sheet to say, what's my most embarrassing moment in school? And then we do a little research so we can kind of mini roast them, if you will.
I wish we had more time to hear about his most embarrassing moment in
I
school.
don't think I think we're running out of time.
Oops, we're out of time. Randy Richardville, Senate Majority Leader, thanks for being with us.
It's always a pleasure, Paul.
Appreciate it. We want to thank you for being with us as well. Until next time, regards, Paul W. Smith.